Hey, welcome to another episode of Tech Talk. I am your host, Jeff Hutzell, Chief Cloud Officer with Automax. Tech Talk's a show where we talk about all the new and latest things happening in technology, and we talk about the people behind those movements and some of the special things they're doing out in the world today. So today we are pleased to be joined by AJ Alexander. AJ's from ITG Technologies. So AJ, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So, all right, from the top, ITG Technologies, who are you guys? What do you do?
Sure. Yeah, I think the easiest way for me to explain is we're a full-fledged digital transformation company, so all things related to data, analytics. We've got an automation and control division. So when it comes to, again, ensuring a lot of the manufacturing companies here in town, utility, transportation, make sure that equipment uptime, things are going efficiently, conveyor lines are running the way they're supposed to, quality's up. All of that, what it takes to get that water bottle in the hands of consumers, quite a bit of engineering involved, and we're in the scenes, in the trenches, making that happen.
Yeah, so that's a big transition, right? I mean, you hear a lot about the digital transformation is probably the most overused term right now, but it applies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're really talking about changing old processes and really taking advantage of new tools and applications. So things like AI and machine learning and IoT, and I know you guys are heavily involved in that and pretty passionate about it. So when you talk about those topics about machine learning and IoT and big data, like how are you guys using that today? What does that really mean practically?
Sure. So ITG, we're a systems integrating company, so what that means is essentially a consulting company, very similar to the Accentures and Deloittes of the world. Our differentiators, we partner with technology companies like Siemens, Microsoft, different AI, IoT platforms, one of them being Sorba. And the specific technology that we're integrating for our customers like JEA, CSX, and Anheuser is that what we're doing is we're taking their data from the plant floor, and a bunch of our engineers are actually building machine learning models through the software with no data science experience. So part of digital transformation is understanding that, number one, a lot of these companies have a lot of data. What our specialty is abstracting that data.
It's doing something with it.
Yeah. Building the models and then deploying it and actually getting results. So when people talk about digital transformation to us, we've been doing it for 15 years.
Yeah.
The only reason it's escalated is just due to increase in computing power and different technologies available today that allow everyday people, not necessarily PhDs, to build solutions very quickly.
Yeah. So where do you see some of the biggest obstacles that people face when they're trying to make that jump?
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question. To be honest with you, it's really change management. So for you to tell an operator that's been doing his job for 35 years, hey, your motor is probably going to fail. Probably you want to grease that bearing 2 or 3 weeks before it happens. And this whole concept and paradigm of predictive analytics is very new.
Yeah, sure.
And it's very much a black box and black magic, so people really don't believe it. And a lot of that's that ability to be persistent and to continue communicating the results and the value of the technology, because you hear it all the time. People process technology. Very rarely is technology the problem. It's usually the human element that doesn't want to change.
It's breaking change. If people have done it that way for years, right? So I'm a big baseball guy, and you think about baseball and the change that's happened there over the last couple decades with sabermetrics coming in, where it's scouts have always done things one way. They've always analyzed players a certain way. Now everything's driven by numbers.
Right.
So for the casual fan, sometimes that's intimidating. You start hearing about spin rate and ball speed and things like that. And I know you got a little background in that space from your biomechanics background.
Yeah, you think about it, Billy Beane.
Right.
Think about
Moneyball, great movie.
Moneyball. He got a lot of heat, but he persevered. So going back to my perseverance comment, that's really what it takes. But yeah, that's the world I come from. So data and analytics, and how can we hack outputs? In my world, is human performance outputs. So guys increasing their velo, getting healthy, taking that same concept in our world of automation and industrial. It's very similar. Again, no matter what line of work you're in, you're dealing with people. And that will always be, I think, the biggest hurdle with digital transformation.
You guys are doing some amazing stuff, and I know you're out there talking to the community quite a bit, really trying to drive awareness to this and help people understand how they can get started and do this. I know you're speaking at the Tech Coast conference coming up in a couple weeks, right?
I believe so. I'm still waiting for my email. They do a great job. Hopefully they don't shuffle me off in the back.
Yeah,
give me a good time zone.
It's a great topic to talk about. I think anything with machine learning and IoT, I think you've kind of got everybody's attention right now about those topics for sure. And I know we've talked about some other stuff, before we got on camera here about you're kind of a lifelong learner. That's a big thing you're passionate about, right? We talked about that. You're a big book reader.
I am. I was telling you, they had asked me what was the best technology investment I made. So I was like, is it Alexa? Is it a new laptop? AirPods. It was really these two applications that I use every day, Audible and Scribd. So again, you being in technology, us being in technology, you really have to have a mindset of, I can never stop learning.
Sure.
And I consume it, try to consume as much as I can every single day, and then I actually apply it. So having that humility of, hey, there's a lot of smart guys around me on a daily basis, and always wanting to learn. I think that's really, technology changes every single day, every single second. I think that's
yeah, I get a lot of use out of Audible subscription. I tell people I read books, but it's more listening. But I think it's still good. I can still get credit for that.
No, that's okay.
So, give us a book recommendation. Do you have one that you've read lately that's a good one to check out?
Yes, I would highly recommend Principles by Ray Dalio. He's probably the world's most famous investment broker, hedge fund broker in the industry. So he really, what a book talks about, it really documents your process on, hey, the logic, why did I make that decision? Yeah. And he shares that with
They're pretty interesting. Their corporate culture is pretty interesting as well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's definitely a good book to check out.
Yeah, he's a boat rocker.
Maybe you'll get some royalties from this from Ray.
Maybe.
But no, that's great. So I would encourage people, if they want to find out more about ITG, what's the best way to find you or find you personally?
You know what? LinkedIn, it's an amazing platform. Yeah. I use that quite a bit. So LinkedIn, my phone number, I could give it on air or give it offline. But yeah, it's pretty easy to get a hold of. Love to talk about how we could just hear what you're working on. I think that's really, we forget that sometimes. It's people are so willing to prescribe, and I honestly like to listen.
Yeah.
Like to hear, so tell me about you, Jeff. So I know we don't have time, but I would love to learn more about what you're currently doing.
Yeah, well, we also post our stuff online. We're big LinkedIn fans as well, and post a lot of the videos out here and have a good following there. So yeah, I think we'll be at the conference. We'll definitely chat while we're out there as well, and come by the booth and chat a little bit. We're doing some live interviews out there during the Tech Coast conference too.
Yeah, part 2 if you want to grab me.
That'd be great. We'd love it. We'd love it. Well, thank you, AJ. I appreciate you joining the show today. Thanks for all the insights. We're looking forward to seeing you speak at the event.
Absolutely.
And thank you guys for joining us and for jumping in on Tech Talk. Hope you join us for our next one.